I'ma blow up.
Okay, so after a day of driving back from Charlotte area, now it is time for me to sit down with y'all, watch some MLP Season 9, Episode 5. I can't remember the title, but now I got it. The Point of No Return. I don't know what that means. That could mean a number of things. It could be like a really serious episode. It could be just a really throwing us for a loop episode. I have no idea, because it's MLP. They don't always, they do more of a slice of life type of storyline. They don't always go from one story to the next, even though that's what I prefer, such as Gravity Falls and stuff like that. But, I like MLP because of what it is, so, I like it. So, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to watch it with y'all. I left my headphones out in the truck, so I'm stuck with the earbuds. I don't really care, though, because I really don't feel like, after how long of a day it's been, I don't feel like walking out there, climbing in the truck and going to get it. I'd rather just sit back, use the earbuds, watch this with y'all. Other than that, I have no idea what else to say other than the last episode. I still feel like episode 200, it was good, and now that I do know about more of the backstory behind how the voice actors and whatnot like that, let people, let the writers know this is what I would like to see. It makes it better, but for me as a fan, I would have rathered something different, but I still like what I got. And it does, if you add up the math, that technically wasn't episode 200. That was technically episode 199. This was pointed out in the comment section, but it was also pointed out that they classify Best Gift Ever as an episode, so that makes it this one episode 200. So, well, the episode 4 was episode 200. So, technicality, this can be viewed as episode 200 as well, but it's not. So, other than me running my mouth, I'm going to go ahead and get this started, because it sounded like I had a cat just running around and doing something out there. I have no idea what that sound was, so I'm just going to make some sounds from the episode. Earbuds are going in. 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, we are starting with mail delivery from, obviously, Derpy. Wait, are we going to get some Derpy in this episode? She's gone. Never mind. We're really going to start bringing back the messages and him burping them out. We haven't really did that much, but all of a sudden this season we're doing a ton of it.
I thought you might want them back. I didn't even know I'd left anything. My G1 Star Swirl figure and some of my favorite school scrolls.
G1.
And here's my extra credit report on the impediments of using magic in everyday chores. Ah, still so true.
Is my Smash Fortune comic in there?
Overdue.
Okay, so intro and skip. Okay, so before that went to the intro, we had Twilight with a 0 for 2 library book from her old room. So that's obviously why we are calling this the Point of No Return, or whatever we name this episode. And that's like 8 years.
Quick, find me that old copy of Predictions and Prophecies. What's that for?
Oh, we're going back to the very, 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 very first episode.
Oh, Spike, you know we don't have time for that sort of thing.
Oh, I remember that first episode. Oh my gosh. Twilight was just, the best word I can use is just plain freaking rude back then. There's other words I could use to describe it, but, this is a family-friendly channel.
What if Dusty Page's folks my library.
Dusty Pages? That's a great name for a librarian.
Don't you already have most of those books in your collection at home?
Yes, but the ones in there have a special Canterlot library-y smell.
You sniff the books?
You don't? I used to live in a library. If I'm not a good example of proper book borrowing behavior, then what kind of princess am I? Sensitive matter. Dusty who? Dusty Pages, the head librarian. She's worked here forever.
Oh.
I'm sorry, princess. I don't.
I see where this episode is going. Oh.
Book borrower.
This episode's going to take a very sad turn soon.
Fine. A book out this long will probably cost 1,000 bits.
We have an overdue book.
Is for ponies who should know better. Don't pull any punches with
Wow.
those names, do you?
And that
They're serious about their overdue
In
books.
the basement because of the shame.
Can we at least get takeout?
Tell me if you see any lights.
Hey. So we're coming back to this restaurant?
Other restaurants over
That is awesome.
And my late fines are already up another 26 more.
And who was that pony over here?
Waiter.
Twilight, is that you?
Hey, Moon Dancer. Yeah.
I'm just visiting. No real reason.
Well, it's
So you work at the restaurant now?
just meeting my friend. First,
Oh, you're just meeting. Okay.
do you want to join us?
First folio, yes. I mean, thank you.
Until one careless pony didn't return a book at all.
Are you okay?
Ooh.
Twilight?
Okay.
Excuse me.
So maybe Twilight is the reason she was forced to leave.
That's why you only order spicy if you can take it. Twilight.
What are you doing, Spike?
Dusty Pages isn't working at the library anymore because I didn't return this book. Spike, I think I got her fired. It'll fix everything.
Huh. I got a feeling you're not the reason why she lost her
Did
job.
you see the sign? No sales ponies.
Oh, I'm not selling anything.
No carolers either.
Man, do they got a problem with people coming door to door selling and trying to give stuff away here in Canterlot?
Dusty Pages?
Huh.
Yes.
Hold on.
You,
It's been stacking up for years.
you could have just gave him the bag.
Her address.
Wow, you came all the way over here to check on her?
Silver Stable Community for the best golden years. This has to be it.
Realize that might just be a you thing, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, you missed her.
There she is. Here we go.
She had to leave early to get to her Bungby de Tea session.
Which is right before she leads the woodworking class with me. Then she's on to windsurfing.
Oh, and don't
Man, she
forget
is
to
a
look at her.
pony of the town, ain't she?
Dusty's playing the lead role. Again.
Then there's her band practice later.
Thank you.
Man, there are a lot of older ponies that we have not seen in a long time in this episode. Ugh. You know, you could have started here first and got there before the class started in order to catch her.
Dusty Pages, finally.
Is it?
Spike,
Wait, she looks pretty happy up there.
trust me. It's
Yeah, she's very, very happy. Leave her be.
good news that she can go back to working at the library. But now you can bring it to Canterlot Library and get your job back.
No, thank you. I don't ever need to see that library again.
Wow, okay.
If you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
That library must have did her wrong. Hey, you play that saxophone and trumpet. Yeah.
don't understand.
You don't want to know.
It would have been worth all the bits
I don't think Spike knows how to use an abacus.
Dusty. I wish I knew why she won't go back.
Why don't you ask her?
She didn't seem to want to talk. Now that I've messed up this much, nothing. You're right.
In all reality, she ain't messed up that much, but whatever.
She went. Crochet? Bingo? Even promised to never take a book out of the library again, if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
That is not the reaction.
I mean, come on. Obviously, she's enjoying her life without them.
Go backwards. I'm not upset with you.
You're not?
No. If I'm mad at any pony, it's me.
Okay, but why?
Freedom. From books? From perfection.
I was about to say, from herself.
It took your mistake to make me realize that I wasn't living the life I wanted.
You mean you weren't fired?
Oh, good. It was a yellow one. You can still see the words.
But it'll have a stain.
Well, that doesn't change the truth inside it. Wait, did you even read that
Wow.
thing?
Actually, no. I guess I didn't.
28 bits.
That's it?
Yeah.
Most ponies don't know it caps at a month. Probably because we don't tell them. Thank you. Your account is back to normal. Although we will be taking down your best book borrower picture.
It might be a good reminder to have around.
You're sure? It's got a stain.
That's what makes it perfect.
Yep. Okay. That was not too bad of an episode. That was actually really good. They took something as insignificant as a late book to a library and turned it into this big ordeal. Granted, of course, it was going to turn into a big ordeal with Twilight, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's a minor thing. Library book finds are little, especially at our library. Our library finds are like 10, 15, I don't even know, honestly. I just tell the wife, if it's late, it's late. Who cares? It's only a $2 fine, whatever. But it's such an insignificant thing, and I'm glad it didn't take the turn that I thought it was going to take. I thought it was going to become a really, really emotional episode where, Dusty Pages ended up passing away, and Twilight's been away for so long, and had no idea, and she's lost connection with people in Canterlot and stuff like that. And, okay, sorry, I spaced out there for a second because I thought I heard someone in the living room. But yeah, I thought that's the direction it was going to take, and it didn't, thankfully. Granted, that would have made a great episode as well, but what we got instead was something that I say a lot. It's the imperfections that make us perfect. And that's exactly what this episode was about. And I like the very end but it's stained. Well, you know what? It's the imperfection that makes that one perfect. And, Twilight just sometimes needs to stop, take a second, and just look around her and realize not everything has to always be perfect. And that's probably what's being taught to her in this episode. And as much as I want an episode that, follows what happened in the season premiere, because we did have a lot happen in the season premiere, and eventually we got to get to our little Legion of Doom down there with our villains, with, Grogar and Chrysalis and Cozy Glow and Tyrek and all of them, and find out what they're doing. I have a feeling we're not going to see them again for another couple episodes, though. And we're probably going to either get them in episode 10, maybe even episode 13. I'm not entirely sure, because with the way MLP goes, it's a random bag all season. You're going to get 20 different episodes that don't have nothing to do with the main plot, unless you're really focusing on what's in the background. A lot like when Starlight went into the past and all this good stuff. That whole season, if you were paying very, very close attention, season 5, you would have seen that Starlight was through that whole season in the background, just observing Twilight and really contemplating and trying to figure out her steps that she needs to take in order to do what she needed to do. So, yeah. Other than that, this was a pretty good episode. I really like the fact that they're telling these kids out there, look, you don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. You can do this. You can do that. You're not going to be perfect no matter how hard you try. So, good message to send kids. Good message to send adults. Don't have to be perfect, and I fully agree with the statement that they're making. So, I don't know about y'all. I'm very, very much imperfect myself. So, I'm not like Twilight, though. I don't try to be perfect. So, I can't relate to her on that level, but it is something I always say. It's imperfections that make us perfect. So, with all of that said, we are done with this episode. And hopefully the next episode, I want to see something tackling those villains. Ooh, that would make a good episode right there. I know this has nothing to do with what we just saw and all that, but a slice of life episode with just them 4 villains right there. And I'm really liking Cozy Glow this season, so I really hope to see a lot more of her soon. So, yeah, I'm done rambling. Now it is y'all's turn. Y'all know the drill from here. Hit the like, tickle the subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. And as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.